Doctor! Green! Gunny! 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 Hey! Home! 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 Surprise! Oh, the white monster.
I just joked the band breaker. I got a
random saxophone. You're told. What we on? We on. No, because we on. We've already. It's in 3 seconds. Wait, yeah. Let's go gambling. God, the wreck came back. Well, I'm fine. Like, if you just take 2 minutes. You shouldn't. No. What? It's really a good What's in my generator?
I just joked the band director. I got a brand new saxophone.
I understand the bender of the I had a brand new saxophone. But it's amazing. Jeez. Where you think this? Mr. Why are you invisible? That's a good point. How is he invisible? Wait, there is no chance. Is there something somewhere? I'm confused myself. What? How does that make sense? Wait, normal server? Oh, 10. Yeah, exactly 10 p.m.
Try Asana, a smarter way to work. The greatest fireworks show in history was done completely on accident. No, this isn't a joke. I'm not going to reveal it to be some war bomb or something. But since the 13 years anniversary was a few days ago, I wanted to talk about the best fireworks show that's unlikely to ever be replicated, which took place on July 4th, 2012. And while there may be some better shows in terms of firework design or how the fireworks sync with the music, this one will still be my favorite because no one's stupid enough to do it again. Because 13 years ago, for Independence Day, the city of San Diego planned to have 7,000 fireworks go off over the course of around 17 minutes. But a computer glitch accidentally caused all 7,000 fireworks to go off at once over the course of 30 seconds, creating a gorgeously horrifying ball of light and basically creating the power.
I did do that.
This mom wasn't leaving without that key ring, so she used a trick that made the machine think she had way more tickets. Think the arcade noticed? This mom wasn't. He was really angry at his kids because they go to the beach every other week. So he finally found a solution and sent them this video of him filling up a bowl with a lot of sand. Then he takes it near the water and starts washing the sand away. He keeps swirling the water slowly, trying not to spill anything. His wife was watching the whole video and thought it was just another prank. But after washing, he shows that there were hundreds of scary sand fleas in the bowl. He was really angry at his kids because they go to the beach every other week. So he finally found a solution and sent them this video of him filling up a bowl with a lot of sand. Then he takes it near the water and starts washing the sand away. He keeps swirling the water slowly, trying not to spill anything. His wife was watching the whole video and thought it was just another prank. But after washing, he shows that there were hundreds of scary sand fleas in the bowl. Spray. How many years would it take you to be a pro artist? A million years. Ignore. 10 months. Leave a like. 5 months. Subscribe. 1 month. Comment the heart emoji. 1 hour. Do everything. He was in there. Lockdown, lockdown. Everybody get down. Everybody meet me in the back. Connor, oh, it's funny. How about you go use the bathroom and we lock the door? Connor, the blinky. What was that? Why do I have this? Because he can't aim if he can't see. Guys, don't worry. We are super safe. I put a master lock on the door. He will never get us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's Emo Eve? Come out, come out. I gave him an F on his test yesterday, and he told me good luck. Does everybody have a weapon? What was that? You have a knife? Use this instead. Guys, don't follow me unless you love me. Why is nobody following me? Guys, I see the looter, but I don't know who he's looking for. Professor Envy. That could be anybody. Guys, this could only end one way. Guys, leave.
What did your protest actually work? My best friend Nate collapsed and died right next to me in driver's education class last March. His heart stopped in mid-sentence while he was making jokes about parallel parking. The paramedics worked on him for 45 minutes, but Nate was already gone from a genetic condition nobody knew existed. His parents poured their savings into creating the most beautiful memorial garden where Nate used to eat lunch every day. I helped plant purple irises around a stone bench carved with his name, and that garden became my sanctuary where I could remember my best friend without drowning in grief. 8 months later, Principal Warner's voice crackled over the intercom like a death sentence. The memorial garden will be removed for necessary infrastructure improvements. I dropped my lunch tray and sprinted to the courtyard where kids were already sobbing next to Nate's bench. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I might collapse. My friend Rachel grabbed my arm, tears streaming down her face. Her sister had heard them talking in the office about how they think Nate's memorial might make other kids want to hurt themselves too. The new district psychologist had told them memorial gardens cause copycat tragedies, and they needed to tear it down before other students got influenced by Nate's death. I wanted to climb the wall and scream until my throat was raw. Nate died from a genetic heart condition nobody knew he had, and they were treating his memory like some kind of virus. You can't catch sudden cardiac arrest from looking at flowers, but apparently our school administrators were too stupid to understand basic biology. Rachel explained they were really turning it into a parking lot because they needed more spaces for staff cars. The sight of those orange construction markers around the place where I created my best friend made me feel sick. Nate died in driver's education class surrounded by pictures of cars, and now they wanted to pave over his memory to create actual parking spaces. That night, I stayed up until 3 in the morning making plans, fueled by grief and fury that anyone could be so heartless about Nate's memory. By 7 a.m., I organized 2 separate squads for maximum chaos. Squad 1 formed a human chain around the memorial garden, linking arms so construction workers couldn't break through. Squad 2 launched the most ridiculous guerrilla gardening campaign in school history, sneaking around campus with backpacks full of fully grown purple flowers stolen from people's front yards. I grabbed a megaphone from the drama department and started coordinating both operations, my voice shaking with emotion. The crowd started laughing and with all they...
Lieutenant, why do you feel you deserve custody of this child?
Well, I brought him into this world, so I should get custody of him.
That's a simple but fair enough reason. And you, sir, why do you feel you deserve custody of this child?
Well, if I put money into a Pepsi machine and a Pepsi comes out, is it mine or the machine's?
Lieutenant,
What's the worst announcement your school ever made? I'll never forget Mrs. Rain's face when she walked into homeroom crying, not big teacher's ears, real ugly. She couldn't speak at first, just stood there shaking while we stared in confusion. Finally, she choked out, "There's been a mistake, a very serious mistake." Then Principal Jackson's voice came over the intercom, hollow and aged. "Students, yesterday's college acceptance announcements contained significant errors. If you received an acceptance letter, report to the main office immediately." My heart stopped. I'd gotten into Stanford, my dream school. Around me, half the senior class started freaking out. Jessica had Harvard, Mike had MIT, Sarah had Princeton. We'd all been celebrating yesterday. "What kind of errors?" someone shouted, but Mrs. Rain kept crying. In the hallway, chaos, kids running, clutching acceptance letters, calling parents, Tommy Martinez, punched his locker, screaming. I already quit my job. The line outside the main office stretched down 2 hallways. Everyone looked terrified. When I finally got to the front, there was a woman I'd never seen before sitting behind a folding table. She looked exhausted, like she hadn't slept in days. Name? She asked without looking up. Johnny Chen. I got into Stanford. She flipped through a massive stack of papers, found mine, and her face fell. I'm sorry, your actual status is waitlisted. The words hit me like a physical blow. What do you mean, actual status? There was a system error. The wrong acceptance letters were sent to approximately 300 students across the district. Your real decision was waitlisted, not accepted. I felt the room spinning. But I got a letter, an official letter with the Stanford seal and everything. I know, I'm truly sorry. The error occurred in our district's college counseling database. Somehow the test results got mixed up, and the wrong notifications were generated. That's when it clicked. Wait, whose acceptance letter did I get then? She looked uncomfortable. That's confidential, but I already knew. I thought about Brandon Walsh, the rich kid whose dad donated a whole computer lab to our school. Brandon, who'd been bragging for weeks about his guaranteed Stanford spot because of his family connections. Brandon, who'd looked confused yesterday when everyone was celebrating their acceptances and he hadn't gotten any letters at all. You sent my acceptance letter to Brandon Walsh, didn't you? I said quietly. The woman's silence was all the confirmation I needed. How many of us? I asked. I can't discuss. How many kids got letters that weren't meant for them? She sighed deeply. About 180 students received acceptances they weren't entitled to, and about 120 students who were actually accepted never received their letters. My blood ran cold. So there are kids who actually got into their dream schools but have no idea because their letters went to someone else? She nodded miserably. I walked out of that office in a daze, but as I passed the counseling center, I heard shouting. Through the glass windows, I could see Brandon Walsh's father screaming at our college counselor, Mr. Stevens. My son's acceptance was sent to some random kid? Do you have any idea how much money I've donated to this school? How much I've paid for his tutoring? Mr. Stevens looked like he wanted to disappear. Sir, it was a computer error. We're trying to fix it. My son's entire future is at stake. You think Stanford is going to hold his spot while you figure out your incompetence? That's when I realized something horrifying. This wasn't just a random computer glitch. I thought about all those times Stevens had pulled me aside to ask about my backup plans, how he'd suggested I apply to community colleges just to be safe, how he'd seemed surprised when I told him I was applying to Ivy League schools. I thought about how Brandon had been so confident about Stanford, even though his grades were mediocre and his SAT scores were lower than mine. This wasn't an accident. Someone had deliberately switched our futures. As I stood there watching a rich man scream about his son's rightful place at Stanford, the place that should have been mine, I realized the most brutal truth of all. The mistake wasn't sending me Brandon's letter. The mistake was getting caught. What's the worst?
People who were missing as a child. What happened? I was 15 when my stepmom burst into my room at 2 a.m. screaming about her missing diamond earrings. She ripped apart my dresser drawers, throwing clothes everywhere. My dad appeared in the doorway, took one look at the chaos, and immediately sided with her. No questions asked, no evidence needed. She grabbed my phone and smashed it against the wall. The screen shattered into pieces. Dad yanked me out of bed and dragged me to the kitchen, where she was already on the phone with military boarding schools. I could hear her describing me as a trouble thief who needed immediate removal. I ran upstairs and started shoving clothes into my backpack. She followed me screaming that I was proving her point. Dad blocked the doorway, saying I wasn't going anywhere until the school van arrived in the morning. That's when I remembered the $800 in birthday money I'd hidden inside my old teddy bear. I ripped it open, grabbed the cash, and told them both exactly what I thought of them. Stepmom lunged at me trying to grab the money. I shoved past Dad and bolted down the stairs. She was chasing me, yelling about calling the police for theft of my own birthday money. I sprinted out the front door and heard Dad's car starting behind me. The headlights lit up the street as I cut through backyards, jumping fences. Mrs. Henderson's dog started barking, which woke up half the neighborhood. I made it to the main road and flagged down a taxi. The driver looked suspicious when a kid with a backpack and cash wanted to go to the bus station at 3 a.m. I lied and said my parents were getting divorced and I was moving to my aunt's. At the station, I bought a ticket to Portland, where my aunt lived, 3 states away. The bus didn't leave until 6 a.m., so I hid in the bathroom stall, watching through the crack from my dad's car. Security kept walking past, asking if I was okay. When the bus finally arrived, I was the first one on. Halfway through the trip, my seatmate showed me a news article on her phone about a missing teenager from my hometown. There was my school photo with the headline, "Family Fears Teen Was Abducted." I pulled my hood up and pretended to sleep while she read the article out loud to other passengers. They were all talking about how worried my poor parents must be. 12 hours later, I was standing on my aunt's porch, ringing the doorbell. No answer. I sat down to wait and pulled out the spare key she'd shown me years ago, hidden under the fake rock. The neighbors across the street were staring at me through their window. 20 minutes later, a police car pulled up. The neighbor had called thinking I was a burglar. The officer walked over asking for my name and ID. I gave him my real name, figuring I was caught anyway. His radio crackled and dispatch confirmed I was the missing kid from the news. He called my dad immediately and put it on speaker. Dad was crying, saying thank God I was safe and begging me to come home. But then I heard my stepmom in the background yelling that I was manipulating everyone and probably staged the whole thing for attention. She demanded
demanded the officer arrest me for stealing my own birthday money and running away. The officer's face hardened as he listened to her rant. Just then, my aunt's car pulled into the driveway. She jumped out, saw me with the cop, and immediately knew what had happened. She hugged me tight and told the officer she'd been documenting my stepmom's abuse for 2 years, waiting for exactly this moment. She pulled out her phone and showed him dozens of screenshots of text messages where my stepmom bragged about making my life miserable. The officer took copies of everything and said he'd be filing a report with child services. Within an hour, my aunt had started emergency custody paperwork. 6 months later, I was living with my aunt permanently. People...
Why do we feel when I go down first? It's so weak at all great levels. Okay, if I get one legendary from this bowl, I swear I'll stop spending crystals. Okay, just one. Please, just one. I wasn't collecting. I'm all guns. Oh, new update. Let's try again.
There was so much happiness that we was really at fine. Said you can call me Alex Quick. Welcome to my life. Probably so sad. But if you're looking for something, I know somebody you can choose. What about me?
Sibling. Did it ever come back to bite your parents? My parents always acted like my twin brother Mike was the chosen one while I was just his shadow. Same DNA, same birthday, completely different treatment. Mike got the bigger bedroom because boys need more space. He got the newer video games because he's more social. Even at our shared birthday parties, his friends got invited first. And if there wasn't enough room, mine got cut. In high school, I discovered I had photographic memory. Could memorize entire textbooks in hours, recall conversations word for word, never forgot a face or name. But when I aced every test without studying, mom would dismiss it saying, that's just how your brain works, like having brown eyes. Like it didn't count as an achievement. When Mike barely scraped by in algebra with a D+, they threw a celebration dinner and hired him a 60-an-hour tutor. They hung his first B on the refrigerator like it was a masterpiece. My straight A report cards went straight into a drawer. The inequality was everywhere. Mike crashed Dad's car junior year. They bought him a newer one because he learned his lesson. I saved up for 2 years working at the grocery store to buy my own beat-up Honda. When I got promoted to shift manager, earning Employee of the Month 3 times, Dad just shrugged and said, some people are naturally responsible. College application time revealed everything. I got into MIT, Stanford, and Harvard with full academic scholarships. The family reaction? Well, Mike needs our support more for state school since he's not naturally gifted like you. You'll be fine anywhere. They paid his entire tuition while I took out loans for living expenses at MIT, working in the campus lab to afford it. Graduation day, I finished summa cum laude with degrees in computer science and mathematics. Mike barely graduated with a communications degree after 6 years. Guess whose graduation got the bigger party? Fast forward 15 years. I'm a senior software architect at Google, own 3 rental properties, and just got headhunted by Meta for a director position. Mike's bounced between sales jobs, failed at 2 startup ideas that were just pyramid schemes, and moved back into their basement at 33. Every family gathering followed the same script. They'd spend hours making excuses for Mike. He's finding himself. The economy's tough. Not everyone can be a computer genius. Then they'd ask me one polite question about work before changing the subject. When I bought my second house, Mom's response was, that's nice, honey. Did we tell you Mike's thinking about real estate too? The breaking point came 3 years ago. Mom started forgetting things. Card keys, appointments, and our names. The doctor's words hit like a sledgehammer. Early onset Alzheimer's. Aggressive progression. Suddenly they needed someone with medical connections, financial stability, and the mental capacity to navigate insurance networks, specialist referrals, and complex treatment options. Guess who got the 2 a.m. phone call? Mike's reaction was to disappear for 3 days, claiming he needed time to process. Meanwhile, I took immediate leave from work, researched every neurologist on the West Coast, and scheduled appointments with specialists who had year-long waiting lists. I moved them from their falling apart house to he wasn't lost on me. The naturally gifted son they dismissed was now their lifeline. Every doctor's appointment, insurance form, vacation schedule, plans, grooming, I wrote it all today. I even didn't need help taking essential for cooking, moms, symptoms, and treatment. Dad started noticing things differently. I would recall every detail of Mom's medical history during appointments. I already researched treatments while Mike was still Googling, what is Alzheimer's? So I reorganized their entire lives in 2 weeks while Mike couldn't figure out how to help Mom with her pill organizer. Last month, during one of Mom's bad days when she didn't recognize anyone, Dad broke down crying in the hospital waiting room. He looked at me with this expression I'd never seen before. Real respect, maybe even awe. I don't know what we'd do without you, he said, voice shaking. You've always been the smart one, the capable one. I'm sorry it took me this long to see it. He just smiled and said, took you 33 years to notice, Dad. The forgotten twin had become the indispensable one. Mike still lives in their old house now, trying to find himself in his mid-30s. Every major family decision. Get out. What's the worst case of main character syndrome you've witnessed? I was at Target buying the new Nintendo Switch for my nephew's birthday when this kid spots it in my cart. He starts tugging on his mom's sleeve, going, "Mommy, I want that one." The mom marches over and goes, "Excuse me, my son really wants that game system. Could you let us have it instead?" I'm like, "Sorry, this is for my nephew's birthday tomorrow." She gets this look and says, "Well, my son's birthday is today. Surely that's more important." I shake my head and start walking away, but she followed me down the aisle, getting louder. "You're being selfish. It's a child's birthday." The kid's now throwing a full meltdown in the middle of electronics, rolling on the floor, kicking his legs. She tries grabbing my cart to stop me from leaving. "Ma'am, please don't touch my cart," I say firmly. She lets go, but blocks my path with her body. "I'm not moving until you do the right thing here." Other shoppers are starting to stare as the kid's screams are getting louder, and he's now hitting the shelves. A security guard notices the commotion and starts walking over. The mom sees him coming and instantly changes her tone. "Thank goodness you're here," she tells the guard. "This woman took the last gaming system from my child." The security guard looks at me questioningly. I explain that I purchased it fair and square for my nephew's birthday. He nods and tells the mom, "Ma'am, if she bought it, it's her property." "But you don't understand," she pleads with the guard. "It's my son's birthday today." The guard remains firm. "I understand, but that doesn't change the situation." She gets desperate and pulls out her wallet. "I'll give you $50 cash right now for it." "It's not for sale," I tell her, trying to maneuver around her. She ups it to $100, waving the bills in my face. When I refuse again, she completely loses it and starts getting louder. This is discrimination. She's targeting my family. More shoppers are gathering now, forming a circle around us. The mom notices them and sees an opportunity. "Everyone, look at this. This woman is being cruel to a child in this birthday," she cries. And folks them up like evidence. "Look how upset she's being." But I notice something that makes my blood boil. Between his screams, the kid glances at his mom, and I catch him smirk for just a split second before going back to cry. "Your son seems to be quite the performer," I say loudly, and his face flushes red. "How dare you suggest..."
We've shouldn't we do that? My HP! Weep. Yuck! Stop running! Oh! Counter! Why is everyone getting kicked? Why did I keep on the cheats? Nice try! He outcounted me! Counter! Oh God! Evans! What? That was my kill. Oh! Ah! Let's see. Oh, let's see. Hi. Ow. No, there's 10 million. There will be buddy. Long time no see. Okay, I swear to my kill. Sort of. Counter. Jeez! Yeah. Typical counter. What is that kind? What? Ah, I'm useless. Why are you useless? No. I'm not even metal. Why am I not metal? I should become metal. I can't do anything. I'm Wait. See if you ready to attack us? Finally, it's here. Bye bye. Step. Be okay. Ow. Surprise! Oh no! Dying a lot. Weak. Void. You can't escape. You can't.
Cinder block.
No.
Cinder block.
Nice.
Cinder block.
What?
Cinder block.
Oh, did you?
Cinder block. Cinder block.
What? Okay, that's bullcrap. Look at this. Surprise. Oh, oh! I think there's... Go crazy. Oh, go crazy. Go crazy. Hey, that's one. Wait, he killed the other?
Cinder block.
Get the hell out of here.
Cinder block. Cinder block.
Gotcha. Oh, did he?
Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block.
Wait, what? There's another brick!
Cinder block.
Like, what's that, a combo? Brick? Wait. No. He did the insane. He's insane, yo. Brick?
Cinder block.
He's like, combo.
Cinder block. Cinder block.
What are you doing? What? No, come.
Cinder block.
Get out there.
Cinder block.
Oh, he burns! It's bird. Working. Okay. What? He has another
Cinder
bird?
block.
Oh.
Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block.
Echo of the heart stays in this house. Taking silence. The
Cinder block.
is there one answer to this end?
Cinder block. 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 Cinder block.
It stays here now. Out in the sky, the answer stays being silent. The answer is always waiting. It's the answer that being
Cinder block.
It's the
Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block.
It's never the same.
Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block.
Cinder block.
Cinder block.
Doesn't say.
Cinder block. Cinder block.
It's the manly way.
Cinder block.
Answer the
Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block.
The answer's never good. It's always the same on answer. Yeah.
Cinder block. 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 Cinder block.
Dang it, bro.
Cinder block. Cinder block.
No one's.
Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block.
No way! We did the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Just really thing.
Cinder block.
Impossible. What is it? Chance? I'm metal. I'm metal fine. He has it. Oh, he's got a brick. He just.
Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block.
We have more teachers than one of us, huh? Really fun.
Cinder block.
Warning. So cinder block. What was that jerk? Okay, bro, that was close.
Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block. Cinder block.
What? I'm really curious.
Cinder block.
Where does that even come from? Splat? What is it?
Cinder block.
What? He said, is he? Did he just perfectly do that? Make it spin?
Cinder block.
They're getting teamed up. Leave us alone.
Cinder block.
Okay.
Cinder block. Cinder block.
That's metal. I don't have enough kills for metal yet.
Cinder block.
Nah, I'm not on this guy. What?
Cinder block.
No.
Cinder block.
Hi.
Cinder block.
What? What do you want? Just kidding. I don't know why I screamed. Who even knows? What do you mean?
Make me bot. Nah, why would you?
I feel like you're gonna say Rushy for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like you're gonna say that. I have no clue why.
No.
Why do I No, I used to listen to that song usually, but they haven't. Or dude. Oh god. Is there anything in the chat?
This guy's telling me to play Rush. What is that?
Look at that. That's why I don't like that usually. Wait, what description? What description? I'm not... Okay, I will. Oh, I'm gonna just go myself on the ass. What?
I got a brand new saxophone.
I don't mind at all, but I'm still gonna subscribe anyways.
I just jumped the band director. I got a brand new saxophone.
Yeah, I did.
I just jumped the band director. I got a brand new saxophone. I just jumped the band director. I got a brand new saxophone. I just jumped the band director. I got a brand new saxophone. I just jumped the band director. I got a brand new saxophone. I just jumped the band director. I got a brand new saxophone.